Well, alums, wherever you are in the world, we're welcoming you back to our campus here at Ashland University. Just to give you a quick update, let you know what's happening on campus. The board recently met over the weekend, and one of the things we're celebrating is that we do have a new strategic plan. It's been authorized and supported by the board. We're calling it Ashland Rising 2020. All right, great. So we've got a plan. What's it about? And what are the particular items of interest for alums? One of the things you're going to see is there are 5 pillars of distinction in this plan. The first one is academic excellence. I hope you're pleased to note that our first pillar is built around academic excellence. And one of the things we're focusing on is something that you all know well, and it's our tradition of excellence regarding educational principles. We're just terrific at churning out great teachers, and one of the things we want to do is take that excellence and say, what do we do to prepare those teachers, and how can we take that excellence and blanket it across our campus? Great teaching is a hallmark for Ashland University. You knew that. You were here. It's one of the things that you took with you. So how do we ensure that we are doing our best to prepare teachers for the classroom, to ensure that we're improving that aspect so that every single student that walks through our doors, that sits down in front of a classroom, virtually or face-to-face, has the experience that you had. Great teachers with great students. That's the pillar of our academic excellence. And we're also going to zero in on some of our other great programs. We're seeing explosion within health sciences. We're seeing our hard sciences have always been strong programs for us, so we're going to continue to see growth in those areas. But also in business and education, we've touched on nursing. Certainly the arts and the liberal arts as a core for undergraduate education will also be enhanced. So that's our academic piece. What's next? We're also talking about our unique identity, and we've pulled it out to say we have a unique Christian identity at Ashland too. It's not the kind of Christian identity that is overt as it is at other schools, but it's nuanced, it's different. But we're not going to shy away from the fact that that is our tradition. We're not really emphasizing our brethren tradition so much, but we are saying that that's really our founding. Our founding is in Christian principles, and those principles and values find their way into everything that we do. We don't think any student comes to us without this idea that it's not just about career planning, it's also about life planning. And how are we ensuring that our heritage is part and parcel to the way we're preparing students for their life calling and their career? So that's certainly a change and something that our strategic plan emphasizes. Next, we're focusing on our fiscal practices. So some people say, well, that's just fundraising, right? And you're talking to alums, so we know what this is all about, right, Dr. Campo? Well, not really. Really what this is about is saying we want to be great stewards. We want folks to realize that we are doing our best to keep our costs low because our focus is on students, right? We're trying to ensure that our students are investing when they give every dollar to AU in tuition dollars. And the same way as alums and others, as they give to the institution, Carlos, are you ensuring that our fiscal and stewardship practices are at the highest level? And that's really what the third pillar of the plan is all about. And that's what we'll be ensuring in these days ahead. We want to be this low-cost leader within private higher education, to say to students, we have ratcheted those tuition dollars down. We are taking these dollars to try to help ensure that you will be paying less but getting more. This return on the investment that Ashland has always promised will be part of the future as well. Next, we talk particularly about how are we ensuring that with the days ahead and with our strategic planning, we'll also be focusing on community engagement. So we think that community engagement is an important piece of what we do, and it's what we've done. One of the things that Karen and I have seen in our short time here at Ashland is folks love Ashland University, especially in Ashland County and Richland County. But even as we travel to Columbus and Cleveland, folks know us. And when they do speak of us, it's never, that's just that average place down the road. They always speak about a place that transformed them, that changed them. It's something that you know well as alums of the institution. So we really want to focus more on the here, the near, and the far. So we will be looking particularly at this near community, engaging more particularly this community, and asking how can we help with economic development in particular. You'll see that in the strategic plan, that we're saying how can we be more intentional about developing the economics, if you will, of Ashland, proper, and then moving out from there. Because we know that our community has to engage further than just Ashland and then Richland, Columbus, and Cleveland, so that we do have national engagement. You're going to see that our vision really is to be a nationally recognized institution. And we have been that at some level in some programs, but we want to engage the national community and then even the global community. So you'll see our community engagement includes recruiting more international students, diversifying our student base, so that to be an Ashland student is something that could be true for students in our own backyard or perhaps far away, and engaging those students the same way that you were engaged. And lastly, as we look to the future and look to see what are the particular areas that Ashland should engage in, we also believe that our healthy, safe, and welcoming campus environment is a critical piece. You know that when you came to Ashland, it really didn't matter what your background was. You found a home here. And it's one of the things that is clearly part of Ashland. Ashland is a community that doesn't look at you so much for your background as to who you are as a person. And we have been a welcoming community, and we offer a really healthy environment. So we want to be more intentional about this, and it's not just that Dr. Campo is a health nut, and so he wants to make the entire campus that. This was a collaborative process, and we said, things like the freshman 15, it's good for a laugh, but it's not really great for students. So we want to ensure that we're offering healthy choices for students, not just eating choices, but healthy behaviors, healthy patterns. We know that psychological, physical, emotional health all play into wellness. And we know that for us to be a healthy campus, we have to be focusing on student wellness in a new way. And so that's all part of the strategic plan as well. So that Ashland Rising isn't just about us rising academically, although that's part of it. It's also rising to the new challenges for higher education, so that we can define why an Ashland education is so different and so powerful. We think about the fact that we are a top 200 institution ranked by U.S. News and World Report. If you just take religiously affiliated, which we are, institutions, and layer that over that 200 ranking, we now are among only 25 schools. If you eliminate Catholic schools from those 25, there are only 6 or 7 that fall within our peers at that level. I think that just gives you a snapshot of why Ashland is rising. So thanks for your time. Thanks for this brief update, if you will. And we look forward to doing this from time to time, and we need to hear back from you. So look forward to seeing you on campus or seeing you in your community as well. Thanks again for being an Eagle. Go Eagles.